The three headliners are the face masks for people traveling out of Gibraltar Airport. The second one is that we already have a separate screening area for passengers with reduced mobility. And we've added the over 70s and vulnerable people to that cohort. We are asking you to tell us about it when you get to check in or beforehand, and we will take you through a separate screening area which will shorten your any possible queues you could have upstairs at Central Search. And the third one is the limiting in access. So we're looking at, what we've done is we've centered it around the check-in process. So when the check-in desks are open, which is normally 2 hours before departure, we will restrict entry into the check-in area for travelers only. Now, I know people may panic with this. If you're an unaccompanied minor and your parents are bringing you, of course we're going to let your parents in. This is a public health thing, not security. On the arrival side, we are allowing meeters and greeters to come into the building, and what we've created is a one-way system. So for the viewers who are not familiar, we have a sliding door entrance which is next to the cafeteria. That's the way in when the aircraft has landed. We're allowing you to wait in the meeters and greeters area, which is in the main concourse, till your passenger turns out, and then you can walk out with them through the main door. The advice still is, please don't come in if you don't have to.
What has informed the decision for, at least for the meantime, not to use temperature scanners when we have seen them in use in other areas, for example, at the border?
The border is slightly different. If you get to the border, you can go back. It's slightly bit more complicated when you come on an aircraft, and that's why the UK airports, they're not doing it either. I know there's a few trials happening in airports, and they're having major issues. Calibration of equipment, what do you do if you do pick up somebody, you need a medical team, and it gets quite complicated. But I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It certainly will escalate. It's always under review, and it will escalate if it has to.
The prevalence of the virus is quite low in our community here on the Rock. Our statistics have shown there are very, very few cases, especially now. So what has informed the decision to encourage those departing the Rock, where there's a low prevalence of the virus, to wear face masks, and not those arriving from the UK, which, as we have seen on the news, has not dealt with the virus in the best way? So why not encourage arrivals to use masks?
Remember that the passengers leaving Gibraltar are not all Gibraltar residents. That's the first one. Many of them are crew members, and many of them are also coming from across the border. There were no flights going into our neighboring airports for the last few months, and a big portion of those passengers were also from coming in from Spain. So they were one of the highest infected countries. So that's the reason for this.
Why not arrivals too, though?
There is no change with arrivals.
Why not encourage those passengers arriving to wear face masks?
They will be encouraged by the countries of origin, and policies on the other side of their flight, the other airport, will decide what they bring here. And of course we want you to wear them if you have them. But what I can't do is not let you into Gibraltar if you're not wearing one.